What's going on here, y'all? What's going on out here? Again, another tale landing on my Facebook timeline. More badness over there. Oh, and the same thing happens here as well. But yeah, let's get into it. Again, look at the picture. This girl apparently was a model, pregnant, and he unalived her. I don't know what this guy looks like. This is some real Beauty and the Beast business. Again, there's this kink. You know, I think what we're dealing with here is the black woman's curse. The black woman's curse, the BW's curse. They just can't seem to. I mean, generally in a ballpark, as a ballpark figure, apart from the ones who are considered to be a bit more, intelligent, a bit more savvy, generally the classic BW now, I feel call it, is cursed. Just can't make a good decision, can't make the right decision. Cursed from their teens into their 20s, into their 30s, into their 40s, and so forth. I mean, what I'm seeing here, she looks quite young actually, youngish, this girl here. But the savage, the felon, the brute, the animal, looks much older. So, I mean, again, what's going on here? I mean, I've seen a few of the comments, and they've alluded to a few things. But let's just get into it quickly. Let's get into this. According to the People newspaper article, new details revealed how murder of Melissa Mooney, the pregnant model who was found bound and gagged in her refrigerator. Boy, you women don't half pick 'em. Mooney was found dead in her Los Angeles apartment. Prosecutors are sharing more details about model Melissa Mooney's murder and the connection she had with alleged killer Magnus Humphrey. Mooney's friends testified at a court hearing that although the pair had only been romantically involved for a few days, Humphrey had become obsessive. Of course he would. He's an ugly savage. So when savages get a chance with a woman who's deemed to be good looking, A, they're not used to it in the first place. That's A, it's alien to them. They're not even used to it. B, they're without their league, without their station, It's like, it's like they've won the World Cup, basically. It's like they won the golf majors and they've never picked up a golf club in their life. It's like winning the NBA finals and never ever bouncing the ball in your entire life. It's like that. So because he's hit the big time, and obviously, he's out of his leagues, so he doesn't know how to handle it. It's like driving a fast car. You're driving a fast Lamborghini car, and you're used to, a little cheap ride. You can't handle the power. So at some point, anyway, it would have been doomed anyway. It would have been doomed because of his obsessive, possessive nature, and the fact that she would get attention being how she looks. So it was doom laden from the start. Just that a felon, as they like them, takes it to another level. So boy, at some point, he would have taken it there anyway. So again, not gonna like what I'm gonna say, and she probably knew anyway that he probably was a felon. From what I read somewhere, she was introduced to him by friends, so they might have said, you know what, he's killed a few people. He's Nicki Minaj. Is it Nicki Minaj who's with the convict rapist boyfriend? And a few of them, Nicki Minaj. There's another one as well. But hey, you know how these women get down. So someone said, yeah, you know what, boy, Melissa, that's her name, Melissa. Boy, he's done a few killings, stabbed a few people, murdered a few, raped a few. Yeah, it's your kind of thing. Yeah, dog, hook it up. We know you. So that's probably what happened. Or if it didn't happen like that, subconsciously that was the flow. That was the flow of it. But anyway, yeah. So when Mooney was found dead in her Los Angeles apartment, she was 2 months pregnant. So that's interesting. So if they're only seeing each other for a few days, I assume she was pregnant already with the next man's teeth. You never cease to amaze, do you? It's highly unlikely it was his in the course of a few months. So, yeah. Pregnant by the next man. He bounced. Now she latched on to this felon dude, and the unalived her. That's it in a nutshell, okay? Yeah, right. Prosecutors are sharing more details about Melissa Mooney's murder and the connection she had with the alleged killer. Right. During a LA court hearing on Thursday, October the 16th, prosecutors claimed that Magnus Humphrey, 43, and Mooney, 31, okay? So not only is he a felon, not only did he get his big shot with someone that looks pretty, whatever, but there's also a big age difference there as well. So, yeah, it all makes sense. They were involved romantically for 5 days before her September death, right? As reported by the LA Times. Okay. So she was pregnant and she was dealing with this guy as well. So in the space of 2 months, she left, I guess, Devon A, whatever. And that bounced onto this guy, the psycho, Magnus Humphrey, whatever. And now she's unalived. Boy. Different world, different way of doing things. Different breed of people, isn't it? And having a quick look now at some of the Facebook comments. Boy. Let's get into it. Oh boy. It says here, and this is interesting again. And this Facebook comment here, and this whole sex worker spin is crazy. If that were true, she would have been asked for the money up front and he didn't have it. She would have turned around, that guy just as loser sicko. So basically, again, she could have been that. That's a good point, because if she's doing something straight after the other guy and she's pregnant, could have been a money thing. Him being a felon, obviously got hooked up, linked her up, but didn't have the money. Or just thought, you don't know, but the whole hookup thing could be a hoe thing, could be a sex worker thing. More comments. This is crazy. Every sentence in this story is more insane than the sentence before. Agreed. I wish there was a domestic abuse registry like the sex offenders registry. Dudes flying under the radar after abusing multiple women. Yes, and they should also teach women learning emotional intelligence lessons. You know, so they can pick up on vibes and pick up on certain. Look, you can see the guy's a psycho. Anytime they can see that. Apart from these women, so maybe boy, these women that just need to get help. Need to go on some special course to be more alert. What other comments are there? Oh dear, this doesn't make sense. A sex worker knows how to ask for money. I don't believe it was sex work. It was her with the wrong male. Okay, when women are pretty, they have to be careful of the type of males they get with. These dudes are becoming more pressed and know they will never obtain that certain. Exactly. They'll know they will not obtain that type of woman again. Exactly. So there you go. Goes back to what I said. Why are so many young black women getting involved in SW? Oh yeah, fair enough. There are multiple accounts of them going to strange man's homes and ending up dead. What's going on? There has to be a better way to make money. Tell them that. Well said. Some of these comments are on point, actually. There's some more on this other page. Boy, another page. This is a serial killer type vibe. Whoa, okay. The only man I ever trusted was my father. Boy, you need to trust yourself. Forget trusting man. Learn to trust yourself. You need to learn intuition. Because it's only this demographic that this kind of shit happens to. I'm scared of men. How can you become obsessive and possessive within days of meeting someone. That's crazy. I don't even know how to. Yeah, well, refer to the previous comment for that. The man was batting out of his league. The man was hitting out of his league. Got attached because of the product. Well, the finery, the fineness of the woman. Sorry, dare I say that? And two twos, you know, something must have happened. He got possessive, and you know, that's it. You know, I read somewhere that he was claimed that he had an emotional outburst and struck her. Fair enough, but that doesn't explain putting her body behind the fridge or wherever it was. Another madness. So boy, it is what it is. These women, and the funny thing is, these are the same women that you man are breaking your neck for. It don't make sense. You're defying the laws of attraction. I've said this before. You man are breaking your neck for this kind of woman, but yet she's now on a different agenda. So when you're chasing her down, finding her phone, doing your routines to get through, she's routining elsewhere. And sadly, in this case, boy, it is what it is. Anyway, later.